drive to set on the TV with something other than TV.
You're gonna show something in the TV?
Yeah, it's a blank screen right there. You could just leave it running a movie, so
Oh,
have some
okay.
inspiration. I don't know, maybe later.
Yeah. I know.
Um,
I can't make my background any more
so
interesting. I
the
think I don't
setup.
have anything.
Yeah, it's good to have a background. Before I was just going to do it on my bed, and then it would look like this, almost nothing on it. So I decided to come to the table.
No, I think that's all right.
And it's supposed to start in 30 minutes or so at 10 o'clock. So it's 9:20 right now. And I don't know if anyone else is coming.
I mean, I don't think you did a very good job at announcing and organizing, since like you said, you have like no topics or anything. That's kind of bad, I think.
Well, there is at least one topic, and it's the same old topic, AI, all the time. And the reason I decided to start this is just because yesterday there was a hangout that this guy did, and he said he would today, and he came up with a lot of topics, and I do have a lot of topics to talk about. So it's just a matter of starting with something.
What's his name?
That's a good question. I
You
just
don't even know the guy's
one thing
name.
for him. Mohammed Syed.
Oh, okay.
I just call him Mo. You see it on the screen right here.
Oh, you became him.
I was trying to set up for him. Third, yeah, no, that's.
Do you have background music or something?
No, not really.
Can I suggest?
Well, sure. Go ahead.
Oops. I mean, this one is kind of overused in the gaming community, but I really like it. Where do I send you this? In a Hangouts chat?
Well, how can I play it? Is it
I don't know, dude. You figure it out. You're the host.
All right. Just send in whatever. Yeah, there you go.
The group chat. Hangouts chat. Oh, wait. No, hold on a sec. You're not using headphones. That is really unprofessional, honestly. You're gonna have like echoes and shit.
I know, but I don't have good headphones right now, so that's the best I can do.
Oh, no.
How bad is it?
It's really bad, like 100% bad. I've never seen a podcast host or a radio host or any type of host not wearing headsets.
Oh, let me try. Okay, complaining baby. Let's see if I get something here.
Imagine if like 3 people start talking really loud and you start making echo. Like, how is that a good host?
You're listening no echo up to just a filter.
Oh yeah, I haven't. Yeah, it's fine until now, but for now, but if people start
if it's fine right now, why do you need more? Because I got the wrong one.
It gets louder, and I don't know. It could. I don't know how the echo cancellation works, but
it works really well. It's working just as good as you're seeing.
Are you using a Mac or something?
No, yeah, it's a Mac.
Which one is it? Is it a MacBook or?
It's the new one, the Pro. Retina
MacBook
display.
Pro.
All the fancy shit.
Okay.
So I know that echo cancellation works really well because I was using it on my bed for the hangout yesterday, and I looked at that video, and it was great.
Okay. Well, it's not usually like that, in my defense. But I still think you should wear
So let me
headsets.
try to raise the volume right now. All right, say something.
Yeah, I can hear me. Yeah, that's bad.
You can hear yourself.
Yeah, I heard myself a little bit.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but if I'm here, I can listen to you, and then I can just reduce the volume. You probably don't hear yourself. No, let's hope this works, because last time it didn't.
So, did I tell you that I'm moving to Charlotte? I think I did. Oh, you're muted. Well, I'm gonna keep talking anyways. So I'm moving to Charlotte, and I'm going there by bus tomorrow. And Mom will be there Monday. I can't hear you still. Mom will be there. She'll take a plane Monday, and we're gonna check out some apartments. And if everything goes well, she's gonna rent a truck down here in Wilmington and take all my stuff. Like same week. She got the whole week off. I can't hear you still. She got the whole week off work, so she has the time to do that sort of thing. And I'll be working. I'll probably stay like in a hotel or something there and work from there, because we have a new office there, and that's the whole reason I'm moving for. Still muted. I think I should switch microphones. Oh, I can hear you now.
Can you hear yourself?
No. Ah!
Can you hear?
I can hear you. I cannot hear me. And that's great.
All right. So that works. Let me try just once more. Hello?
Oh, that microphone is worse. I think you're using your headset's microphones.
Yeah, that's what I got.
It's alright actually. Yeah, leave that
Because
on.
it depends when I talk like this, or maybe if I talk like this, it depends on, echo and all this stuff.
Yeah, but I'm trying to judge the quality. I think it's about the same. It sounds different definitely, but it's about the same quality.
All right, so maybe I just leave it without it and see how it goes.
Without what, the headset's microphones? Oh, I mean, you can have your headphones without using the microphone in the headphones, you know? That's sort of what I think you should do.
I'm not sure I can do that. Let's see.
Why not? You just choose the different. I don't know. You have to see there what devices you have or whatnot.
Yeah, that's not how it works. Look, I'm gonna show you.
Oh yeah, because it's a Mac. I forgot. Oh shit.
Yeah. Share screen. There you go. Then you go here. Then external microphone is right here.
I'm not
If
seeing.
I plug it off.
Okay. Wow, it's really slow because it's high definition, unlike your webcam.
Internal.
So. can
Well,
barely.
it's not a problem with webcam connection.
What? It's a Wi-Fi. Doesn't matter. Doesn't work.
It's 0.5.
Okay. 0.5. Oh, upload speed. Oh my god, dude.
There you go.
That is so.
So let me just try to stop the screen sharing. Then bring back the lower third. Oh, nice.
I think if you're gonna do shows like this with video, you definitely need at least 1 megabits per second up. Because if you don't have that, it's gonna be it's gonna be awful. It's just awful.
It does say that it's HD. I think you're right. I think it's not.
What, the webcam?
No,
I'm
the,
not.
the webcam the webcam actually is HD, but when the last recording.
I mean, try to record right now and see how it looks. Because to me, it looks awful. And it's not just that. When you started sharing your screen has a high resolution. It's way higher than the webcam. So I could only see at most like 2 slides. It was like a slideshow, you know.
Yeah.
And I could see 2 screenshots of your screen while you were sharing. Cause your internet sucks and can't be you can't host a show like this that you know you just can't. uh, you know what I mean. You have to like upgrade the internet and do this, or you could
Yeah.
do audio only. If you do audio only, I guess it's fine. But
Well, maybe. All right. Try that. But with audio only, what's the advantage exactly? It's just so you don't have to look at video.
no, it's just so that you don't lag and you don't start cutting off to people, because that would definitely happen if you're sharing a high resolution video. It happened just now when you started sharing. It doesn't happen with your webcam because your webcam sucks and it's showing like a 400 pixel resolution or something.
No, the webcam's HD.
Yeah, it is, but it's being downgraded by something there, either
Yeah, it is.
Hangouts or well,
It's
then you
Hangouts.
know.
Well, yeah, but I think it's supposed to be a little bit better than nothing. But I don't care. It's supposed to be a podcast anyway.
Oh, you could let me see. If you have like video recording software, do you have wait? Do you have 2 monitors or just one?
Just one. The other one is too far away.
Well, you could. No, it doesn't. You don't have to like even look at it. The thing you could do is you make a you record one of your screens, the one that's not your main, and you put all our videos in there, and you put a video of yourself being recorded locally, not being uploaded. Because if it uploads, then you're fucked, and we're all fucked because we can't hear you and stuff. So you just record yourself locally, and you have all our video feeds going in and showing that screen, and you record that screen, and you can make the podcast out of that. You can make YouTube videos or whatever the fuck you want to do. And that won't, it won't impact your upload bandwidth, so it won't be lagging for us, and you won't have any problems. But it's just that you won't be able to share. If you want to show us something in the screen or whatever, obviously you're not sharing it, so we can't see it. So you have to like, it's another reason to prepare your topics ahead of time and link your participants what we're going to talk about so they can see it before the show begins and you don't have to share it with them live. I think that's one
Yeah,
option.
I am aware of all that because I do realize how it works. But the thing is, whatever works, it's better than nothing. Don't you think?
All right, dude. Then just share your shitty ass webcam and don't share your screen, and you're good then. And it's gonna look
There you go.
awful because I mean, if you put that shit on YouTube, I'm certainly gonna be one of the people that go in that comment section and leaves a nasty comment saying, "Oh, this whole sucks. His webcam sucks." He starts cutting off all of a sudden. And, yeah, you're not gonna be
Well, if more
popular.
than one of you come in,
If you get three
I
likes,
actually don't
you
really care.
already surpassed all your
Yeah,
expectations.
yeah. It's not looking for popularity right now. It's just looking for getting off the ground first. So afterwards, maybe if there's any traction in it, so then we can start thinking about making it better and making it good.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm trying to get the music right now. There should be YouTube here. Let's see what happens. I've been playing that. How was the name of
Hearthstone?
the Blizzard game cards? Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Children's card game.
It's it's actually better than I would expect.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But I can see why they made a card game. Do they have the cards actually?
What? What do you mean?
Do they have the actual cards? Like an
Oh no, no,
actual
it's
card
just
game made of.
no, not a physical one. No, it's all online, and you can't even trade the cards actually. So it's not. There's actually a debate whether it should be called a trading card game or a collectible card game, because usually all the other ones are called trading card games, but this one you can't trade, so the term doesn't work, and it's probably the first in its category, a collectible card game, because you can't trade, and it's online, and yeah, it kind of sucks in that regard.
Oh, that's so weird. Because I could see that should be the whole reason to make a card game, right? So you can.
Yeah, that's how it usually is. You're able to trade with your friends and collect that way. But this
That's
one, you have to like spend money and get random
that's why.
useless
All right.
cards. So you disenchant them so you can craft the ones you don't have. And yeah,
That's
you just dump money on it.
all right. That explains a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
if they made them tradable, I mean, you don't have to spend as much. You wouldn't have to spend as much money certainly because you can trade off, what you don't have with other people that don't have what you have, and etc.
right.
It'll make it easier. But
Is the video a little bit better right now?
the video, no, it's the same shit.
Yes. So it's not Dropbox. All right. I think soon
It's your torrents. Close your torrents, dude.
I got no torrents right now. I got a Wi-Fi signal very 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 on the high point. So it's nothing, just 0.5, and maybe someone using it on the other places right here.
You gave me
Um,
presenting things.
well, I'm
Present.
just trying to play the music and see if it works without me needing to go, through hardware to play the music.
Oh, you got no. Don't do that. That's awful. It's like taking a picture with your phone and sharing it.
Yeah,
Taking a picture of your screen with your phone.
but I don't think Hangouts give many options.
Well, I don't think Hangouts is meant to be a podcast making platform.
That's true.
So I mean, I could. What the?
All right.
It makes for that intro makes for good intro music, I think.
No, there you go. It works.
What? No, it's not. You're
No?
broadcasting it through your microphone. That's awful. Don't do that.
Oh, my bad. So it's not working, right?
No.
All right.
Like
That's
you have to find out a way to first record Either the screen or the audio. And
Uh,
if you're
just
recording, what?
I just add audio later for this time.
But why? If, however, how are you going to record our voices to begin with?
What do you mean?
You, I mean, I don't know how you're. Just explain to me how are you going to make a podcast out of this? Because I don't get it.
Well, we are already recording voices, and this is already going live. And
Where where
as
where are you recording voices? Is it like an app in this?
it's everything, it's called Hangouts on Air. It's everything
Okay.
as a service.
Everything that okay. So
So it's both live and recording.
I mean that thing should be able to, you should be able to put music in that thing or put video or something, because
I
that
agree.
would be kind of retarded if it just literally records the voices and that's it.
I agree. It should be able to, but I don't see where.
It then don't use that. You don't have to use that shit. Uh, if you just wanna record your audio, you can record. Although it's a Mac, though I forgot shit. Uh,
I
uh,
can I can record a Mac, but if I do that, it's going to be a lot of work. And
no,
I
it's
really,
not. I mean, if you
yeah,
just find a single app that records all the audio in your computer, you can just play the music in your computer and it will record it. Like there's a lot of streaming. I know one that's for Windows. I don't know if they have. Let me see if there's a version for Mac. It's called OBS. Everyone uses it for streaming, but you could.
I do have OBS. I have used it already, and it works. But
Then use OBS.
then I have to make streaming, and then how can I make streaming and Hangout at the same time?
You
And
don't
this
have
is
to. No, you don't have to stream. You can. It can be used for streaming, but you don't have to stream. You can just
all right.
record it too.
All right. I see.
And
You
that's
can anything to record. All right, and then afterwards I have to add it, and then I have to submit. I have to send to upload.
yeah. Oh, with this you don't have to. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all there.
But you don't have as much control. I mean,
Well, you'll have
I
apps. I'm looking for an app.
OBS.
No, Hangouts on Air. I think I found something. All right. Let's see what happens here. Play. Can you listen to something?
No.
All right. Yeah, this
I
doesn't
think
work.
I think that it should be. I mean, even with that thing, if you maybe switch audio inputs, it can record your background or something. Oh God.
Okay, I don't know how to stop that. Okay, maybe this. Yeah. I love when things are explained. All right, play. Stop. So
Oh,
how's it going?
is this Hangout 2 box the thing you use to display your title at the bottom and stuff?
Yeah,
That's gay.
it is. There you go.
Is it showing for me? Oh no, it's showing for you. I'm trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, it's not too hard. I have just to activate on the left, the lower third.
The third from the bottom up.
No, it's called lower third.
Oh, I see. Oh god, there's so many apps. What the fuck? Oh, can we swear? Can we swear in this podcast?
Yeah, don't worry. If anything,
Are you not going to show it to your children in the future?
Sure, but children from the future can
With
swear.
swear. Ah, good point.
Of course.
Yeah, they probably can. I don't see why not.
So there is a very good app, Soundation Studio. And this should work, but it's not. Bum 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 bum. Audio
not
channel.
showing anything.
Display off. Volume.
I think this is bugged. Hello? You're lagging again. No, you're fine, I think.
Am I? Talk
Just a little bit.
Hello.
See, OBS also shows you how many. I guess that's only when you're streaming, but it says how many frames are dropping, if any, in your recording. And if you're recording locally,
Yeah.
I mean, your podcast at most would be the ones cutting off. You'd be on 100% fine because you're recording locally. But if you use any of these apps, you can probably be ugly if you ever lag.
I've used OBS a lot. Well, a few times, but it works good. The whole point.
Yeah.
The whole point I want to make is just straight streaming and download and upload and doing everything at once. And this works very, very, very well. Hangouts on Air. I don't want to really have too much work to make this, live.
Okay.
So for right now, I just want to focus on content. I'll give up on the sound rent for now. All right, Sandra's here.
Eu vou pentear o cabelo.
Okay, but English, please.
Eu vou pentear o cabelo que tá. Eu acabei de tomar banho.
Can you speak in English?
No,
I'm
she can't
sorry.
speak English, dude. I really. Oh god.
Sorry. I will be right back.
All right.
Please kick her. Like, do that for yourself. It's for your own good.
Well, I'll let her know. I'll kick her if she keeps, too much.
Dude, she can't speak English. Have you ever spoken in English with her? It's awful.
I have in text, and I
No,
also.
text doesn't count because she puts that shit on Google Translate and somehow figures out. I mean, she can understand like keywords. And she
Right.
can read keywords and stuff, and by context she knows what people are talking about. But I mean, as soon as we start talking about something, just like if you just change subjects, all of a sudden she doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about anymore. You know?
In English.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, she can look like that in Portuguese as well.
Sure, but it's not that bad.
All right, I see what you mean. Yeah,
Because
well,
he speaks Portuguese.
she's just gonna watch, I guess.
Then if she's just gonna watch, why have her here then?
Also, she can, I don't know.
It's your podcast, dude. You do whatever you want. I'm just saying. She's gonna contribute nothing and just be your mom in your podcast. Like, I don't know.
Um, I went with her on the Google thing in
Oh, that's
London,
another thing. I mean, sure. She's
and
not there presenting with you, is she? You're not there on stage with her.
yeah,
And
of course
she's like
not,
there.
but she's there. Yeah,
She's not on stage. Did you go on stage or?
I
I
did,
don't.
but she didn't.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Well, this podcast is like your internet stage, and I'm there with you because I can speak, but she cannot. Why have her there? I don't see why,
So,
but you do whatever you want. It's your
I
presentation.
see what I mean. You have a good point. So I just talked to her and let her know. All right. Should you have any topic you want to talk about other than AI?
We could talk about video games. That's
That's
about all I know. Programming, very low level programming though. Amazon Web Services. I don't.
well about video games. Can you think of a game for the podcast to finish up with some kind of game that we could play in here? No,
Oh,
not
actually, Hearthstone itself has some links to AI because there's a lot of AI things going on with Hearthstone. Like people that work with AI and work with Hearthstone at the same time. I don't want to explain right now because I don't want to talk about it twice. If you know what I mean.
yeah.
But
Don't worry. Don't worry too much for now. Let's just wait for 8 minutes for that. I'm just trying
AI
to.
and video gaming go very well. That's what I'm saying. Not just Hearthstone either.
Say it again.
AI and Hearthstone are very, related topics because there's always something going on with video games that have to do with AI or vice versa.
Yeah, especially MOBA.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, when you say that, I just think of the stupidest bots that are just there to not trigger AFK and get kicked out of the game. Because that's how I see it. I mean, I don't think AI is kind of hard to automate. I don't think many people have actually worked on bots for MOBAs.
You know,
I think about
MOBA bots, they can work for two things. At least I can see that working very well on Strife. One is just for fun versus environment.
Oh yeah, well, and if you're talking about the AIs that come with the game,
Yeah.
that's one thing. I mean, they're pretty stupid themselves, so
Yeah, but it's as smart as it can be right now.
yeah, pretty much, which
Yeah.
means really stupid. Um, okay, I'm talking about like in Hearthstone itself though. There's they're using some very good heuristics though. Like it's not just stupid, but they actually beat real people. Like being a very RNG based game too. I mean, it makes it possible for robots to beat people consistently. But these bots, they play zoo type kind of. Are we recording by the way? I don't want to be talking about this twice. So
This is recording since you started.
oh, it is. Oh, nice. Okay then.
Yeah.
Hearthstone
Then I'm
bots.
just gonna cut it off if needed. I don't know.
Then are we starting the podcast? You wanna like introduce yourself, introduce me and your participants, your dumbass mother who doesn't know what you're talking about?
But let's start just in 5 minutes, just to get straight on track.
Then
Um,
I don't wanna be talking about something I have to talk about twice.
don't worry, don't worry. When you talk the second time, you talk better. So it's good to talk twice sometimes.
I'm fine, dude. You wanna you wanna talk something twice? You go ahead and practice if you want.
Sure.
Set up your
Sandra,
topics and shit. I don't know.
are you there?
Yes, but you don't think I will talk like you or like Yuri, right?
No, no,
So
no. But do you mind? I would either cut you off or let you on mute.
yeah, of course.
All right. So you can also whatever you can just watch. There's but for 10 people in here. I don't think but then I don't think 10 people will come. So as long as nobody else come, you can just be there. So muted.
Oh god.
All right. What I wanted to do with the last section of the podcast, actually there is just two sections. Let's talk and let's make a game. And then there is this one podcast, Skeptic Guys to the Universe,
Okay.
that they make a science or fiction in the end. It's just a game. It's prepared, so we don't have time to prepare anything right now because there is just the host. He throws up three facts, and one of them is not science. One of them is fiction. So
I see what you mean.
rogues have to figure out which one is the fiction. And
Sounds
it's a
fun.
fun game because the guest rogues can play. You can analyze how they see, science in the world, and people at home can play too. So I wanted to figure out a game like that, but that's less dogmatic. Would you happen to know of anything, out of the blue?
Know what? Oh, facts?
No, a game that
Oh,
we could.
just talking games? I don't know. Let me think.
A simple game, just whatever, Just a game or game.
Oh, I know. Wow. I know Mafia, but it requires more people. I guess you could play with three, but it's kind of lame. You need at
Yeah,
least
no,
like,
but
you know,
not so complicated. Not so complicated. Just something
it's not
that
that complicated. I mean,
it's a lot. You have to. It takes
if
a
you
lot
want
of
to
time.
play well, yeah, it's
No,
complicated,
it
but
takes a lot of time because you have to figure out things, and then you have to, it's better to play live because you have to look at
yeah,
people and see the little
there's a
details.
lot of people that play online too. Actually, there's like a whole streaming channel on Twitch. It's called Daily Mafia. There's always like 20 people, about 20 people per day playing there.
Well, there's one game called Keep on Talking and Nobody Dies. Have you seen that one?
No.
It's like Mafia, but you have a bomb, and there's one guy who can see the bomb, nobody else can see it, and you have to defuse it with little games that you have to play on the bomb to defuse it. So one game is just a
That's
labyrinth
not
that you
just
have.
talking though, right? You need like a program
It's just
for that.
no,
It's just
it's
like,
just there is an app for whoever's trying to defuse the bomb, and then there's the manual for everyone else. So it's a manual for the bomb, and then the person who's seeing the bomb will have to describe the bomb to whoever has the manual, so they can find out the clues and give information to defuse the bomb. It's interesting, but
I don't quite get
it's
it, but yeah, it doesn't sound too bad.
it's too long. It's like Mafia. It's a little bit like Mafia, but you have the host.
Is there someone trying to kill everyone else?
Yeah, it's almost like that.
Who's trying
But
to kill? It's the person that sees the bomb?
no, the person who sees the bomb is trying to save everyone.
Oh, and everyone else trying to kill themselves or what? I don't.
No, everyone has to defuse the bomb together.
Then who makes the puzzles then?
There's the app.
Oh, okay, it's an app game. It requires an app, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't require an app actually. You could have a book.
I mean, oh, okay. You need some external source to get the puzzles from it and make it a cooperative game.
Well, I guess every game will have to have some rules and some external data. So I don't know if you could come up with any game. All right. So let the game be.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's 10 hours. Let's just try to start introduce ourselves, and we go from there.
Okay.
All right, I'll start. Hello, I'm Caverigo. I'm originally from Brazil and live in Portugal, and I'm working with AI for about 6 months. And this is my brother Yuri. Please introduce yourself, Yuri.
All right. Hello, I'm Yuri Rigo. I'm a programmer / IT for a small e-retail company. I'm currently living in Wilmington, North Carolina, but I'm also from Brazil, like this guy there.
Yeah, like this guy here.
Also, by the way, you say like Kawe. How do you pronounce your name exactly? I didn't get that.
Yeah, well, you can just call me Rigo, or I don't know, whatever, you know.
What is your first name?
Kawe.
Nah, dude, that won't work. I can't pronounce that. You know.
Don't worry. So call me Rigo. Call me cregox.
Can I call you Kyle? I would like to call you Kyle.
Sure. All right, Kyle. Yeah,
All
I
right.
use that for sometimes. So let me just add in here, Kyle.
Yes.
On
But
off.
like,
There you go.
yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
All right.
All right.
So I'm Kyle Rigo right now. And the topic here today is artificial intelligence, and that's it. Maybe we could talk about movies. I do have my project going on. I don't know if you said about early on when we were talking on the making of about Hearthstone, right?
Yeah. Well,
What
I can talk about that, but I mean, being your podcast and all, it'll be more appropriate if you like describe your project or whatever you have going on in AI.
Well, all right, let's start with that. I was just going to show Hearthstone on the mobile phone.
Oh, snap.
How sad. But it's already on the screen. All right, whatever. My project's called Basiux. It's BASIUX. So I'm just gonna put it in here as well. .org. It's right there on the lower third. And it's basically a project to study AI, and as I go around learning about it, I also want to teach whoever wants to learn about it as well. So it's like a learning project, and as it evolved during the past 6 years, it had some child projects like Mario, out of Mar.io from Seth Link. It's I wish I could show it in here, but all the links are there. I'll give it later on the description or whatever. And it's a video game with Mario, the first Mario, that can be played by an AI. It's a very weak and dumb AI, but it's one of the best algorithms we have today. It's using a lot of the top-notch stuff, genetic algorithms, neural network. And it works very well because if you leave it running on a computer unsupervised, it can beat the first level of Mario after 90 generations. That's on his computer was about, I don't know, 30 hours maybe. He never stated that very clearly. And on my computer, I left it running for 100 hours and it couldn't beat it because it's also a little bit of random luck.
And that's without giving any information to the program, right? It just learns by itself how to beat the level just by trying out random things.
Yeah, he stands there for a long time and just trying random buttons. And he tries to press a button, the A button, the B button, then he starts jumping, but he doesn't know that he's jumping. He doesn't know he's going right or left. He doesn't know anything of that. So he's just pressing random things. and gathering random data back from his movements. The only thing that we're telling the AI is that if you go right,
Right.
your fitness grows, your fitness go up. So
Yeah.
the more right you go, the better it is. But even that, it's not told to the AI. It's still just to one part of it, the genetic selection. So it makes an actual selection. It makes 300
Yeah.
species, and then selects the best one who had the best fitness and throws away everything else. So it's natural selection being evolved.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Is Mario the only game that has that sort of development done to it, or are there like other projects going on besides yours, of course? I'm just talking in general.
Yeah, in general, there is this awesome company that Google bought for $500 million 2 or 3 years ago, I don't know, called DeepMind. And they made a similar thing, but they also use big data. So it's also supervised learning mixed with unsupervised. They teach them a little bit of things, and that one can actually learn from looking at the screen. So it looks at the pixels, and then it figures out what the pixel means for itself. It gives their own names for it. I don't know, A, and then it can beat some Atari games. The same AI can beat many Atari
Oh,
games
nice.
very
Wow.
well.
Without
Yeah.
having like a fitness guide?
No, it has everything. It has a fitness guide. It has that and a little
Oh,
bit
by
more.
itself. What?
Yeah. But yeah, that's the unsupervised part. It's always genetics. Um, and that'll happen about 2 years ago, I think. I don't know, 1 to 2 years ago.
Oh,
So right now, what they did after 20 years from beating the chess master Kasparov back in 1997, almost 20 years, they finally beat some not the biggest Go player of the world. Do you know Go?
oh yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah, I know
The
Go.
board game that you have to make patterns with
Yeah, I know.
white and black pieces. So the same DeepMind project, they actually managed to beat a good player at Go,
Oh,
which was never done before up to now. And this year they will probably beat the big Go master of all times. They're making a championship next month.
yeah, that
And
sounds great.
yeah,
It sounds
it
like
is.
kind of a slow development though, isn't it? Because I mean, if they've been working on that for like 20 years, you said, you would
No,
expect.
not really, not really, not really. They're working on that for the past 1 year or so. But it's only now that we had enough scientific research to reach that level.
uh, wow, that sounds great. It sounds like, developments are speeding up in that front end then, because if you have like a robot beating a chess player 10 years ago and then or beating a Go player now, like 10 years after, and then it's starting to beat video games and stuff. It sounds very promising. It looks like development in that front is accelerating.
It is, and it is accelerating very fast.
Yeah.
Um, there's this guy, Ray Kurzweil, maybe you heard about it.
No.
He talks about technological singularity, and he thinks by 2040, machines will be so smarter than whatever any human is that it's unpredictable what will happen afterwards. It's a point in time that may happen overnight, may happen over 10 years, we don't know. But machines will learn how to learn and improve themselves um, by themselves without needing anyone to do it. And with that, with the speed they can do it, they would go from knowing almost nothing to know more than the whole humanity together in just a few moments. And
Yeah, that's
that's
crazy.
and I think that can happen even before 2040. Some people think it's 2060. Nobody thinks it's never going to happen. It is going to happen. And it is this century.
Oh yeah, I definitely think a true AI will emerge this century. If it doesn't, then I don't know, we'll probably be it's because we're being extinct or something. But you think that's a problem? Like machines learning too fast, too much, and becoming out of control, perhaps?
Yeah, Terminator, right?
Yeah, or something like that. I actually never watched the movie. I think when I watched it, I was too young and I don't remember anything. But
It
you
talks
think a
about
Terminator scenario is possible?
yeah, it talks about Skynet. It's
Oh,
it's precisely like a robot factory machine that makes
sure,
intelligent
sure.
robots for humanity. Yeah,
Yeah, I know the theme.
for no good reason. You know, they never state a reason. They just say, "All right, let's do it." It's a movie device plot. There are some people who are afraid, but nobody fears that. Researchers who were afraid of AI actually fear Hall from 2001. And it will be a machine that's made to do something. It has its directives, you know, like the Pixar movie, Wall-E.
I haven't watched it.
It has a directive. It has
Sure, sure.
a goal in its life, and then it, for whatever reason, it doesn't want to change that goal. And to reach that goal, it goes through any and all means. And if humanity is in the way, then so be it. Let's kill it. It doesn't matter. It's not doing it for any emotions. It's not doing it for any reasons. Just the directive was set, and it was a bad directive, and you know we were in the middle.
Hmm.
So that's actually I think, and then I'm just actually guessing a little bit and going with the good vibe crowd who thinks that would never happen, because that's how it's separated. There are a few people like Ray Kurzweil who thinks AI cannot be bad at all. There is no chance, because it's how intelligence shows itself to us. It's always good. You know, when it is really something really smart. Um, and where we fail as humans to convey intelligence as something good is basically when we are being dumb. You know, we're not
I
really
see.
considering everything, and then we're being parasites and killing ourselves in the process.
Yeah, I can see that thought process. What about the other group?
So that's which group you mean?
Well, you were talking about the optimists or whatever.
Yeah, the optimists just think intelligence is um, clearly visible in any aspect you see, anything that's remotely intelligent. Maybe we should stop here and try to define what is intelligence, because that's one hard topic right there. I don't think there's a good definition. Maybe Wikipedia has one, but I haven't even looked at it.
No, no, it doesn't. I mean, Wikipedia doesn't hard define these things. It always tries to bring up all the perspectives and definitions possible.
Right. That's true. It tries to be very open,
Open-minded.
not open-minded. It's open-ended.
Yeah,
You know, there is
same
no,
thing.
yeah. Okay, same thing. So intelligence could be measured by capacity to predict the future. It's a way to measure intelligence. So,
Sure.
for instance, a ball coming up, and then you can catch it. Making the movement with your hand and the muscles to catch that ball is something we cannot reproduce with the most advanced computers today,
Yeah, it's hard.
because it is complex. It requires a lot of intelligence, and that's the prediction. You have to your eyes are looking at the ball with 300 milliseconds delay or so at best scenario. It's usually 600. and it has to calculate where the ball actually is to move your arm with some prediction from the future. And there's a lot of hard math to do that, and that's what our brain do best, is making movements. But that's another topic. So if you think of intelligence like that, you could think even the Earth is an intelligent being, because it's so predictable. It can make everything at once. If you can consider it being a being, even if it's not alive. And
well, is it doing those movements on? I guess you have to find a purpose or something, right? Because I mean, if it's doing it automatically, it's not like choosing it to go around the sun or whatever.
yeah, let's not get into free will and nothing of that. Just a machine. There's a machine right there. There's a mechanical machine. I don't know if you've seen that one. That's just pieces put together, and then you set it on the wind, and it looks like a moving monster, because the wind moves everything, the mechanical there, and triggers.
Oh, I've seen those actually. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it looks alive. It's not.
You definitely should link that in your podcast afterwards.
Sure. Let me just take a note right here. No, I just
wind machine.
Yeah, don't worry.
Search wind machines on YouTube, people.
It's already. There's nobody viewing it right now. You can see 0 viewers right there.
There's Mom.
Yeah, just now. I don't know. Later, who knows? So, what I mean by that is that there is intelligence in that machine. You have to build it in an intelligent way so it makes movement out of wind. So even if the Earth is not alive, it's an intelligent system.
Sure.
You can predict the future a little bit ahead and make something with it, So if you look at the whole universe with this optics, you will see that whatever you find something that's a system that's very, very intelligent, that can predict future much, much ahead of us. It's never detrimental to us. We are alive in here with all those systems happening all at the same time,
Well, I think it's a matter of persistence, right? Whatever persists in the universe, it's usually passive. I mean, it's not whatever is passive and just rotating there, like be around the sun or within a planet. I mean, it's not seeking out to destroy things, because that probably doesn't persist very well. I mean, protecting itself, it's something that persists better than trying to destroy other things, unless it's unless it's a virus or something. But that doesn't happen quite often, does it?
Well, virus is really a complex topic.
Yeah, it is.
I would guess, now I'm just going philosophy crazy. I think both viruses and mosquitoes are just natural things made to control our humanity population.
In a way, sure.
And maybe they're, even if they're not built by ourselves, they're alive today thanks to us. If there was no humans today, probably there will be no mosquitoes and no viruses.
Sure. I mean, that affects us. So, there will still be viruses for animals and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, sure. Yeah, that affects us. There will be
unless the first virus came out of a human, which I don't think happened likely. I think there's always been viruses. I don't know. I mean, it'll be very unlikely that, within all the Earth's history, the first virus came out of a human, because humans are pretty recent.
There's a theory that says that life formed out of water and electricity.
Yeah.
And not a random event that happened by chance. It's an event that would happen and should happen, must happen, given the Big Bang.
Sure.
So
yeah, I can see that. Just out of probability, right?
Yeah. and it's not something that we can easily see. You know, statistics is not natural. It's not something that we see
Yeah.
and understand. There's the three doors. You know, when you have to choose three doors, there's a name for that. I always forget.
I
And
think
then you
I
have,
know.
you know that one?
It's the thing that you should switch after the person tells you which door is false or whatever.
Always,
Yeah, you should
always.
always switch. Yeah.
If,
Yeah,
if
that's
you're given
something.
the option, you should
I
always
still
switch.
don't understand that actually. That's a great example of how people don't understand probability because I still don't. I heard that story many times and I still don't understand it.
Me neither.
Okay, nice. We can both be dumbasses together.
But yeah, your chance of winning is much higher if you change, given the option. So yeah, now I'm lost. Where were we?
Um, you were saying how things in the universe, even if they're not alive, can be associated with intelligence because they can predict the future and therefore exist or something.
And we were going there because the optimistic group on how the
Yeah,
AI play on the world. So
yeah,
I guess we got that explained, right? So
sure.
basically, if it's intelligent, it's going to be passive. You described it very
Though
well.
we did come up with an example that goes against that, right? Because there's viruses, and viruses they destroy the things in order to multiply and
But
live
how
that way.
intelligent are viruses? They destroy everything and
I mean,
themselves.
they must be pretty intelligent if they can go in an organism and fucking kill it.
That's true. That's true. So there is a chance. There is a small chance. There's a viral chance, right?
Yeah, if
For
computers, if the future robots are like viruses, they could kill humanity
yeah, yeah,
and kill other
sure.
planets too if there's life there. I don't know.
There is a chance for that, but that's a very thin, small chance. There's actually much better chance that we kill ourselves first. You know, global warming is there. There's nothing that we can do today to stop it. We have to figure out something in this century, and there are so many things on the sky that can kill us, and that's not just meteors. There's
Garbage.
garbage, sure, but stars going over. If one goes nova nearby us, on the same plane
Oh,
than us,
supernova.
yeah, supernova, we're screwed. So there's so many things that we don't even know how many things there are that can kill us, and it actually wouldn't be the first time. Earth have gone through 5 huge extinctions of life, and life survived just for bacteria
Uh-huh.
on a few of them. On other ones of them are just fungi and some small microorganisms. I think that's even why Matrix.
Yeah, of course.
Now I'm just guessing, but on the second or third movie, and then this is a little bit of a spoiler.
Spoilers for Matrix, people. Stop listening for like 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Come on, it's
It's a
10
great
years.
movie. I mean, I haven't watched Terminator, so people
Well,
will
there's no
watch it.
spoilers in Terminator. Everything is trivial. So, um, they say, I don't know, either on the second or third movie that Neo is there for the 60th time.
Oh yeah.
It's the 60th Neo going there and trying to remake the Matrix to something better.
Uh-huh.
And none of them could.
Yeah.
6 is exactly the next extinction number.
Oh,
Because
for Earth?
it had to be 5.
Ah, I see.
So
I
I
didn't
don't
know
think
that.
it's a coincidence. I think they put it in there on purpose. And
Yeah.
it's a great analogy in Matrix. It's a great analogy
Yeah, because they're
because
hoping
Matrix,
that we make through the 6th time then.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
with AI, because Matrix brings AI.
Oh, with the yeah, makes sure. Yeah, makes sense.
It's the best movie about AI ever. It's the only one that get anything right. You know, even the Hall from 2001 that many researchers claim that's maybe the only movie with actually AI. That's a weak AI right there. It's not
I don't remember
super
that movie. Is that a cartoon by Pixar or I don't know?
2001. It's
No, it's not.
Stanley
Is that?
Kubrick, the one that throws a bone up to the sky and then it turns into a space station with that
Oh
song.
damn! I think I kind of remember that scene, but I don't remember the movie. I mean, no, I don't remember the movie. I know the song too, but okay, whatever. I'll look it up afterwards.
Well, it's a very boring movie, 3 hours long,
Oh,
and
okay, I'm not
almost.
gonna watch that. I just wanna know which one it is if I ever watched it, because I don't even know. Okay,
But it does bring a computer that's intelligent, and then it's sentient. It has emotions, and it tries to kill everyone.
oh, I think I watched it.
Yeah.
But isn't it?
The
It's not a big. It's not a big robot, is it? It's like.
No, it's just computer. It's just a red light on the space station.
Uh, no, I don't think I think I think I know the movie, but I didn't fully watch it. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's a hard movie, but
Yeah, I know it's a pop.
you love it. Stanley Kubrick's very crazy.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
not you're not with the optimists, right? I mean, you acknowledge there's a chance. So what do you think we should do about, you know, defending yourselves or preventing that to happen or whatever?
I
Preventing
don't.
that from happening.
I actually don't think we can do much. Well,
Oh shit.
Elon Musk can do something. You know, there are some people who can do something, but for the rest of us, we could just try to realize what's happening and try to watch on the first seat. If you know what's happening, then you can see how it goes. And you can
Just
look to the right
pull the
direction.
plug out. Pull the plug on them. If like they become too smart, just pull the plug. And Terminator, it's averted.
There will be a point when pulling the plug won't work anymore.
Oh really?
Yeah, but yeah, pulling the plug is actually a very, very, very good way to get to that point in a safe way. Because whatever goes wrong, just pull it.
Yeah. Nice.
So you have to. That's one reason why it's very important to pay attention to get informed to get to know what's happening, so everyone can pull the plug if needed.
Yeah, if I ever run that Mario X, I'm gonna be watching very closely for 30 hours, so it doesn't grow too smart on me and start hacking my computer or whatever. That would be bad.
Well,
It can't
as
do
long as
that, right?
you're talking, you'll be safe.
All right. Yeah, it's dangerous stuff.
Yeah,
So,
but all that is actually research that I done past year up to December.
have you
And
researched AI ethics or something like that?
yeah, a little bit. The three laws of robotics by Isaac Asimov, one of the greatest writers of science fiction and about AI. And it's actually a very good law. There's an XKCD comic that explains it very, very well. It turns the law in different ways, because I think the first law is shall never hurt a human, and then
Uh-huh.
the second law, yeah, the first law is never hurt, and then the second law is keep yourself in one piece, and then the third law is obey all human orders.
Oh, why does that come third? That may be a problem.
Well, I think that's the order. So if you make it order wrong, it's always a big problem. And then the XKC comic explains everything
I
that
think
goes wrong when you make the wrong orders. But even the right order, it will never happen. Um,
why?
that's the whole ethics of AI. and it only would work if AI stops at human level. But why would it stop?
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah, I
know,
see what you mean.
it started to learn how to evolve. Why would it stop at human level? It wouldn't.
Hmm.
It wouldn't.
It would become like way above us, so it doesn't really matter what we say anymore, right? I mean, would just be like ants.
Yeah, yeah. But that's a good analogy, because they would be like ants actually, because it would be like if there is anything that's more intelligent than us, like Gaia, you know, the alive Earth, we cannot even see it alive because we're so small that we cannot comprehend it. But we still do something for it. I don't know what we're doing for it, but we cannot know by definition in just one life. Maybe you can, but whatever. So the AI would happen so fast. For them, the time would be in another. Because you're making generations, right? You're making natural selection on AI, and you're killing software all the time in just a fraction of a second. So one single entity of AI would live and die, and we wouldn't even see the whole life that it lived. And that's very, very interesting, because then you realize maybe we are the same thing for, you know, a bigger being. That's a topic that's bring in many movies. It's Skeptics. No, it's actually the Guide to the Universe. What's the name of that?
I think I know what we're talking about, but I don't remember the name either.
Yeah, Keep Calm. So they talk about that. They say that humans are just a machine created by another thing to get to the solution of what's life all about. Man in Black, there's a scene on the locker where Jay opens the locker, and there's a lot of microorganisms there that say Jay is a god. So it's basically the same.
Yeah, I think I remember that. So you think we're products of an experiment by a higher being?
I have no clue.
Yeah,
We could
yeah,
do.
I think it's kind of pointless trying to think about that.
Yeah, it is. But it's not too much when you think of what we're trying to develop.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's good as a perspective for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And what else? Oh yeah, so all that was past year. This year, I'm not even talking too much about AI anymore on the side projects that I'm doing. So for Shark Tank was the last time that I tried to bring the topic, and then I brought the topic saying that artificial intelligence applied to the world, the social dynamics in the world today. So it's actually AI and mental health. Because in the end, what it matters to us, doing all this and making AI work for us, is just getting a better life quality of life.
Yeah, for sure.
And the quality of life for many people on Earth right now, it's terrible, because you know, everyone is sick and nobody can, you know, get a job, even live life with anything, you know. Burnouts, career plans, they're all big issues for everyone, everywhere, in every country, and it's raising very, very much. We're trying to make a basic income, so it's guaranteed that everyone's going to have some amount of money to survive.
Oh, did you talk about that in the Shark Tank?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
There's no
I
time to
mean,
talk about that in 3 minutes. No, but it's the same point. It's the same point. That's the whole point. That's the whole problem that we're trying to solve with AI. It's just our mental and physical health.
He talked about this in Google, London.
Yeah, I did.
aren't you muted? Go back to the kitchen, please.
I think she. I think she went off and back. I don't know. Oh, she can unmute herself. All right.
Wow, no, what a nice moderator you are, huh?
She's good. All right, and then I talked about that on Google, as she said. It's actually, I don't even know if it was a Google event there. It was on Google campus, and it was organized by Dreamstake, an organization, and I don't know how many Googlers were there. But they did. You saw the email, right? They did say, "Oh, do you want to apply for the moonshot at San Francisco?" So they are linked somehow. And the event went great when I stopped talking about AI and started focusing on what the AI is solving for us, for anyone, any single person, and why we should invest anything in it. And that's why. That's because we want to reach a place in the future where everyone can have a peace of mind, what they call mindfulness. Live the moment, live the day, and do what most people who are playing games are doing. Just be there. And that's why games are so good for mental health, because you can focus the brain to do nothing else other than generate movement, even if it's just a mouse movement and eyes movements. But still, you're gonna integrate a part of your body if you keep doing that all the day, all the time. I know I did, but it's still much better than keeping your mind busy with problems of the world or problems of career or anything else. It can get your body sick very, very fast.
Sorry, I was a bit AFK, but about that, uh, wait, I had something to say about that, but I forgot. Let me think a little bit. Um, how does that relate to AI? I don't really see the link, honestly.
Well, on my project, so that's how I'm linking it to AI. It's since the beginning, it's just trying to understand what AI is and make it easy to understand for me and for whoever wants to try to go the same path. And to me, it was about realizing how neural networks work. That can be done with Mario game as you've seen it, right? You have to see the neural network being built at the same time that the intelligence is growing up. So when that's one way. That's a hard way to link both. When you can play a game that you can learn how your mind works through the game in a very simple manner. You don't have to read anything. You don't have to try to understand words or concepts. You just see it working and you make your own conclusions on how your mind works. That's the jump. That's when you do that, you start to realize how everything around you forms. Understanding consciousness at some level enough so you can start to stop worrying about it. Stop worrying why your mind is breaking off all the time. And what it evolved in Google, the big leap that changed how I'm trying to make the Mario X, the video game, is that it doesn't matter too much if you learn about neural network, because that's just one difficult path to go. What it matters is that you're just being entertained. You're already living the moment with something that's very, very fun. And what's fun about it? It's actual super AI. It's like a baby on steroids that you're trying to take care of him, and he's taking care of you back.
Yeah. Wait, you're not implying Mario X is gonna be taking care of you or something, right? I mean, It's only designed to... Oh, shit.
I am. That's the goal right now, because that can be done with the Singularity, with Super AI. I never tell them on the pitch on Google, but
Yeah,
that's it.
you never told me. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
well, that's new. That's new.
Okay.
That just happened 2 weeks ago.
How are you gonna do that though? Because there's no fitness guide for that.
Yeah, you have to go deeper. You have to go many levels of neural networks on top of neural networks to let it build it up. I'm not gonna do it actually. That's what OpenAI is doing and how they're building it up. I'm just trying to bring it to the public in this way, you know, and not only to the public actually. As I told you before, I was looking for a game just to distract my mind, and the game that I want to play was Tamagotchi, that I can take care of it, and then I can share with other people how I'm doing, or can play together on how you take care of it, and then uh, as uh, as you go, the AI behind it will connect, someone who knows about some disease, or some medical doctor or whatever, maybe a shaman or a guru, to someone who doesn't, without them even knowing it, because you're just playing with the game and communicating with the AI in that way. So it's gathering data, big data from everywhere, and spreading it out where it's needed. That's the AI movement. That's the intelligent movement that we can use. And it can be done in many different ways. It doesn't really matter. It could be like a message. You're playing your game there, you're having fun, and then it says, "Oh, maybe today you should eat a banana." You know, because you're missing potassium. How do you say it? Potassium.
Potassium.
Potassium. Yeah.
Well, do you think? I mean, Mario X is right now pretty strict in its abilities, right? I mean, it can only detect, it can only practice a few buttons at a time, and it has a fitness guide and stuff. You don't see the actual Mario X app evolving to that stage quite yet, or do you? Because I mean, that would be
Yeah.
quite the evolution, I would say. Okay.
No. It's very, very, very far away. Hey Mo.
Hey man,
Hey, sup?
How you
up
doing,
guys?
man? We're already recording, and we presented ourselves early on, and my mom is just watching.
Cool.
Oh, you got a delay there. All right.
Well, what do you think would be necessary for that then?
So can you repeat the question? Sorry.
I mean, to evolve Mario X into that point where it can do other things.
Well, it has to be step by step, and that will only happen after the singularity starts to kick in, because that's the whole point. That's the super artificial intelligence going on the background and making work something, some connections. So it's basically just grabbing inputs from one side and throwing outputs to the other side through the neural networks, and that should be built in a way, that the fitness goes up as much people it can bring to the game. I don't know, something like that. But I don't know. It's just too much to try to figure out and try to lay down a roadmap in just 2 weeks right now. But it's pretty clear that the steps, the bigger steps, are there. Even if it's not with Mario X, it's about making AI work to get better mental health for everyone. That's our goal with AI. It's that. It's just reaching that state.
Just mental health then? I mean, that's pretty specific, I think.
Well, yeah, but it has to start from some point. It is basically mental health.
Sure.
It's not playing. It's not physical, and both will be just result of good quality of how your brain is structured, organizing files, defrag.
Sure. Well, if I may contest a bit, I
Please.
don't. You love people contesting, okay? I don't know if that's a good place to start. I mean, there's always a lot of places where people can use some help in automating, and mental health. I don't know if it's the easiest one to start on. I mean, it's a pretty complicated
I
topic.
agree. I agree. It's not, but it was the one that after 4 hours on Google, we figured to go that road. Not me alone, but me and 2 other very smart guys who were there, and all the mentors. We came to this conclusion, all together. So I don't know.
What's gonna be the inputs?
The input's gonna be smartphones, shaking, camera, voice.
Okay.
There's a lot of applications that can already measure your health through the smartphone.
No doubt. What about, I mean, the fitness? What's the fitness data? How do you? I guess it's the same thing, right? Okay. Yeah, I could see that working actually. But why not just start with something more like more mechanic, like building stuff at a machine or something, or maybe I don't know, just more physical stuff that you can see and you can interact on. Because when you speak of humans, I mean, you try to measure human activity and try to deduce things from it. It's really complicated. It's not even just about AI. I think it's about getting to measure the things that matter, and you don't know what matters really, for the most part. It's hard to figure that out by itself.
Yeah, true. I think you're absolutely right. There's, I still don't understand what. I know that the data input or the data models are different.
Were you one of the people that chose mental health mode?
No.
Okay.
I just knew about it right now.
Well, he was talking about a very similar thing. That is, our current state of AI knowledge doesn't tell us how to make it actually more intelligent, because we don't know how the brain works, we don't know how intelligence works. And I actually had a little bit of an insight yesterday that I think could be a key trigger to that, and it's about randomness.
Please elaborate.
So, meaningful data in this universe is not stated as a quantity of data, is actually a quantity of randomness. When you have a lot of zeros, you can compress all the data in just two symbols, just infinite zeros.
Yeah.
So meaningful data only happens when it's something that's so random that it brings content. There's a whole Vsauce video talking about that, and it's very, very insightful about what random is. And with that in mind, if you accept that concept, you can think of how we're trying to make AI work and how we're feeding it, and we're trying to make everything supervised. And we should make it unsupervised. And where it's going to bring, it's going to get the input from the universe. It's random. So we're not feeding enough randomness to AI. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's not a matter of how much data we're feeding to our AI, because we already have an abundance of data. We have trillions, and we already are facing the problem of big data. But the problem is how to extract patterns from these data.
Well, it's not. We can extract patterns. That's what the whole Go thing shows us. We can already extract data very, very well, patterns, compress data, and patterns is just compressing data into something that's a package that can be matched and crossed with other packages so you can make the patterns. So we can see faces, we can see cats, we can see Go games, but we cannot correlate that with what's happening around us, because everything that we're feeding them is what we give them on keyboard inputs or video cameras or whatever.
Yeah.
And we actually filter that data and say, okay, this is what you should be looking for. But we're not telling them, okay, look at this random solar flare that brings a lot of energy into Earth that can actually kill our communication systems, and didn't back in 2012 just because it missed us for one day or so. So there's a lot of data happening around us, and that's random, and that's the noise that we use to make random numbers at random.org, but it's not enough. It's just way too little. And maybe, just maybe, that's the spark of life that's missing.
So you're proposing like we put the most amount of data possible into, you know, some sort of AI
random
data.
Yeah, as much random data as possible. Yeah.
And hope that it makes sense out of it.
No, and try and enforce to make sense out of it, and supervise to make sense out of it.
Huh. Yeah, I think that's possible actually. Has no one tried that sort of thing? Because
I don't know. I never heard.
Sounds like a pretty simple idea.
It is.
Yeah, everything probably sounds like in AI and philosophy. Everything sounds very simple until you start applying it. And then what I disagree with the cow is, in science, usually people don't refer to true randomness because it is thought of as this kind of dark magic in the universe. There is nothing such as true randomness. The only true randomness is something that we actually cannot generate. It is something that is imprinted since the Big Bang. It's, let's say, when you okay, so computationally, if you want to generate a random number, you have to seed a random number generator. You have to give it the seed, and the seed is nothing but the very first digit. That upon that digit, it will just run a computation to generate a number. And usually people use the seed and substitute the seed for the current time, because the current time is always changing.
Well, this is just how random numbers are generated in computers today, and that's, of course, they cannot be true random. And even if the universe is deterministic, as we were talking yesterday, and there can be nothing random, chaos doesn't exist because everything is predetermined, but we cannot see how it is. So what we call random is just that. It's just the pattern that we cannot recognize in the universe.
It just means that we don't know, right?
Yeah, yeah. But what I mean by true randomness is exactly that. It's random from the universe and not from the table. So capture noise, get microphone noise, get white noise, get camera noise, get every frequency noise from everywhere that we can, and try to compress that into meaningful randomness.
Yes.
To us,
actually,
and to computers.
There is a whole science behind what you are referring to here, and it's representation science, basically. Is to find the representation from data. and all this science does is understand how to collect, clean, filter, and all that, and then come up with the cleanest form of data that we then can use some statistical equations to find the best patterns, so we can extract the best features within this data. Yeah, it's called feature extraction, actually.
Have you looked that up? Feature
Feature,
extractor.
yes.
And what's the other name?
Representational science.
Representational science.
Mhm.
Sure. And do you know if they're linked with AI at any level?
Yes, of course, they're tightly linked with AI, actually, because AI is nothing but a bunch of math, a bunch of statistics, a bunch of representational science, and then lastly a bunch of computer science. But
All right,
everything
so
that happens before and after your neural network or tool is actually non-computer science related.
okay, but that I'm not sure that we're talking about the same thing then, because I do understand statistics and how we're applying a lot of that to recognize patterns in randomness. But I'm not saying to try to recognize them. I'm saying let it to AI do it. So I think the closest project I've seen in that sense is the Google Dream.
The Google Dream.
Yeah, you've seen that one?
No.
It makes images out of nothing, and it's like it's dreaming. It gets a photo of a sky and tries to recognize patterns in it, and then it recognizes, a dog in the cloud, a dragon in the sky, just because there's a little bit of different blues there, and then it makes a shape of a dragon there. It's image pattern recognition applied to some kind of randomness. But I don't think, I'm not sure, I'm just guessing, I don't think they're trying to use true randomness, because, in the whole world, or the know, true randomness is made by random.org, and it's grabbed by just one satellite and just a few devices they have.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're missing that. I think we are not actually trying to extract enough randomness from the environment to use on AI, to use as precisely as the random learning experience, like Mario X.
Yes,
It's
but
just
you
trying
have to
press random
understand.
button.
Yes, I think we have to also understand that, like, I don't want to put it in a number, but a high percentage of randomness is just rubbish.
I know, of course.
So maybe in some cases, for example, the painting behind Yuri is a good example of that. Okay, so if we consider that to be very random, then we can see that there are some patterns inside, but some also are rubbish.
Yeah.
Yo, my
But
boss made that. You better not badmouth it too much.
and even more random is that little doll right there.
Where is that?
That's Luna.
Oh yeah. Oh
Have you ever played
yeah.
Dota? Did you play Dota, Mo?
Yeah, I heard a lot about it, but never did.
Yeah, it's a Dota hero.
She looks like Jinxi in Strife.
Yeah, it's probably based off that. She fires phoenixes and stuff, so it's a fire
Right.
hero.
Phoenix Fire Hero, yeah. Lovely. Born out of the ashes.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Keep going though.
Keep going, Mo.
So yeah, I mean, I've used randomness in my research, but and it's very smart. Actually, I was really happy to do so, and I found it very, very useful when it comes to making a computer unlearn or forget rather than learn and remember.
I don't follow. How's
That
that?
sounds very important. I mean, if
Yes.
How's
you're
So,
that
able to define
random
what's
linked to
important
that?
or
excuse me?
How's random linked to forgetting?
Okay. So, in my research, what I was trying to do is to
23 hours.
Let me
23
just
hours.
tell you a little bit right now because you're talking about your research. Nobody here knows about you, and I do know you're making a master's. Can you?
I've already done my master's. I mean, it's not
Oh yeah,
something
you
that
did
I currently.
nice.
first.
That was black magic, man. That was truly, yeah, some hard days with no sleep and sleeping on the floor and eating some sushi, and it was really tough. But the idea was very simple. It was basically I was trying um, to make the computer look at faces, read lips, and and then predict the words that I'm saying from or predicts the words that are being said from reading just lips.
Lip reading.
Yes, exactly. So the idea was to use a convolutional neural network, which is nothing but a neural network, and then collect data, train it on a lot of images. Of course, it was supervised training. So everything was labeled. All my data was labeled for the computer to actually. So I feed a video. A video is nothing but a big chunk of image frames associated with a big chunk of spectrograms. Spectrograms are audio images. So it's imagine. Have you seen a spectrogram before?
No.
Yeah.
It's just an image of an audio. It's like a wave image of an
Oh,
audio.
okay, yeah, sure.
So it was very simple. I mean, the idea is very simple. So I have as input, I'm passing two frames. On the top frame was an image of the lip, and the bottom frame was an image of the spectrogram of what does the lip sound at that moment or at that frame of the video. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. You're trying to cross data with the lip and the sound.
Yes, exactly. So it was multimodal, meaning that there are two data models. In this case, it's an image and audio, and pass them through a neural network. So according to my research, first I had to train with a lot of videos of people. The videos had audio and video, of course. So I'll train it. I'll use the same data set. I'll train it with the video. So the neural network understands that this lip is saying that. Okay. And then the next iteration of training, I train it with a video without the audio. Because eventually what you want to do is to provide the video and get a prediction of what is the audio is.
Right.
Or vice versa, provide an audio and get an understanding of what the lip looks like at that certain sound. So this is what I did, and I noticed when I passed one modality of data without the other, I get this huge drop in accuracy. Huge drop in accuracy because the data I'm passing instead of the missing audio is just a black pixels. So
Right.
black.
Let's make it black and white.
That's where I used randomness to actually force the algorithm not to extract any pattern. Does it make sense?
Using random on the black and white images. Go ahead, Yuri.
Yeah.
I mean, you if you like show it how random looks like, and then I mean you're able to just forget the things that look like random and aren't meant to be interpreted. I don't know.
It's just I create I think I need to like I don't know if I can show you this, guys. I don't think I can actually,
If you
but
can share a screen maybe, or just in the link. But
I
but
want
I
to
try
actually.
to just figure out just talking, because showing stuff works for whoever has video, but I wanted this to work as audio as well, so we try to not rely on video.
Yeah, it's an audio podcast too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For,
So
for those who are who are listening us on video, trust us on this. Just trust that it works.
I trust you.
yeah, but I'm just trying to picture how it works. So you have just the image, just a black and white like overlay of the
Okay.
lips.
So if I remember correctly, it was 90 pixels by 100 and something pixels. So it was thin and long.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
That's it. And that picture was divided into two parts. It's one image, but it's divided into two parts. The upper part is the image of the lip, okay,
Right.
at a specific frame of the video. And in
Okay.
the lower part is the spectrogram that describes the sound coming from that lip at that specific frame of the video.
All right.
So it's just one image with two informations or two modality of data, the video and the audio, both in image format.
Okay, let me try to understand a little bit more how the neural networks work there. You train the top video with the bottom video to recognize patterns separately one from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you remove the bottom one, you want the AI to actually figure out from the top one what the bottom one should be like.
Yes.
So you have to feed it.
I'm not trying to generate it. You see, I'm still at the training phase. I'm not at the
Okay.
so
Okay.
when I train it 3 times. And remember, all these times it's supervised training, so the pictures I'm passing in have the answer already. So the
So
first
it's
iteration, excuse me?
Everything is supervised.
Yes, everything is supervised.
All right. Okay,
So
that makes a lot of sense. All right, and then,
so
but then you're getting results that you don't like.
Yes.
What are the results?
The results, I had a drop in accuracy because when I substitute the audio with black, just black, that by itself is a pattern that the computer actually picks. So in that case, I thought I don't want it to pick a pattern. I want it harder for the computer to pick a pattern.
Okay, I see what I mean. All right. So you're feeding up random patterns on the bottom just so the neural network won't pick it up because it's going to be discarded as nothing, no pattern.
Yes, exactly.
You're using random as a zero.
I am using randomness as a way to make it difficult and so that's no pattern, exactly as you said. And I did not invent this idea actually. I took it from Andrew Ng, which is a great renowned professor in AI in one of his papers.
Andrew Ng?
Yeah, Andrew Ng.
The guy from Google who went to Baidu.
Yes.
Right.
I think he's still consulting at Google. I'm not really sure about that.
He probably is. Yeah, I don't think you can leave Google.
So he used something similar actually in one of his researches.
Right.
So I took that idea from him, and that actually is what got everything running at the end.
But that still has nothing to do with what I'm trying to, what I'm thinking about random, because right there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is exactly the opposite. Is let's
Yeah,
use more
almost,
randomness.
almost. It's not exactly opposite because right there, the point, the opposite thing would be using the same random for the same purpose you could use, but instead of getting it from a random table or from a random computer generation or even from random org, you would get it from your computer at the place that you're running it and making random generated by that computer, not by time, not by tables, but by noise around the computer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's the biggest opposite aspect of it. And with that kind of random, you could use it for the same purpose because it would be random anyway. It would work as a zero in that case. But it could also be so much more meaningful because it's bringing some information that we don't even realize about the universe how it is today, and not how it was or how it could be in a different universe where there is this table set from the Big Bang.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I guess that's my point there. And I have to, you know, this is an insight from yesterday. I have to research about it and see if there's anything there. I don't know. Maybe it's just probably somebody already saw about it.
I don't know if there's much of a point in doing that though. It's like you're trying to find the original seed of the universe or something with that. But
No. The point for I can apply that for Mario. All right. The Mario X, everything that it learns is from random. Everything is from random, except the one fitness. But that's not the learning aspect. That's the natural selection aspect.
Sure.
It is learning on a second scale, but on the first scale, it's all random. And the more random it is, I could realize, the better it learns. And I realized that from one aspect that I just told Mo yesterday, and that's the chicken and the egg aspect. You remember that, Mo?
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's a bug on Mario X that, because it's adapted from, you know, settling Mario, and on Mario he wanted to make speed runs. He wanted to make a run that's as fast as possible. So if the Mario stopped at some point, he's running right there, and then stops for 2 or 3 seconds, he kills it and starts again from the beginning. So the species are all optimized to make it a fast run.
Mm-hmm.
That's one reason why it took 90 generations to reach, randomly reach the final of the first level, so beat the first level. And even on 90 generations, that's not guaranteed. It was random luck, because it depends on how it learns under all the random steps on the way.
Yes.
And when I introduced a bug on Mario X where it didn't stop and it didn't kill the next species before the next species wasn't killed to start from the beginning. It was starting from there when it stopped, whatever, you know, it stops and then gets the next species, the next one, until it can get off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of the evolution happening on the egg stage, you know, always going to the back to the beginning, it happened on the chicken state.
Yeah.
So it's way more random that way, and it worked so much better because that's when it could beat the first level in less than 8 hours twice. And by the speedrun way, which is less random, it needed 100 hours and never beat it.
Yeah, but you see, and I just want to because you might or I might get confused, or anybody can get confused actually listening to this. You understand what you are doing is not purely natural selection in this case. It's synthetic virtual selection.
Of course, yeah.
Yes, it's just the analogy that sounds really good, but we always in natural selection we have to start from the very beginning, like I don't know, from the egg or the chicken, but
Well, that's a philosophical question right there. In science, I agree. That's how it happens, but it doesn't mean it cannot happen the other way, because there is cancer, right? And
yeah,
what if cancer makes a mutation that's good?
well,
Cancer doesn't pass the genetic mutations to the offspring, I don't think.
It could be if it happens on your prostate.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, that's right.
So we don't really know where the mutation happens actually. And what I'm guessing, and that's not even a theory, it's just a crazy idea, is that if we could make mutations before the cross of the genes on the egg or zygote or whatever, and all the time, and pass on to ourselves, we probably could reach a much higher rate of natural selection, and a whole lot more of that as well, of course.
High rate of mutation, right? I mean, the selection itself doesn't. It's not changed by how much we mutate something fixed in the environment.
You need random mutation to have a natural selection.
No, I know, but
So what if it
just
happens
correcting.
on the chicken state?
Yeah, it will result in more mutations, but not not
If you
natural.
have more mutations, you have more natural selection.
I don't like saying more natural selection because that kind of implies that there's more limiting factors at play than before, and that's not necessarily the case. I mean, you're just having more mutations.
Well, but with more mutations, you have more options to the same limiting factors.
No, sure, yeah.
It's one variable different. It's not
No,
everything.
it accelerates the whole process. I just don't like saying more natural selection.
Right. Yeah, you got better wording than I do, of course.
I was just saying that.
on another note, I wanted to ask you guys, is anyone of you investing in Bitcoin?
Oh, I have like $1.5K in bitcoins. I bought like two.
More than
Yeah, I bought like 2,000. I was trying to like avoid taxes or whatever, and
Uh-huh.
but I realized I didn't have to do that, so I didn't keep buying. But I bought like 2K dollars in bitcoins. It ended up being like 8 bitcoins or something, like almost a year ago, and I ended up like buying stuff on Purse.io, and that came up like 500. So I still have like 1.5K dollars left. I think I don't know how if Bitcoin's increased in price or whatnot since then, but
It's currently at, depends on your
it
exchange.
was $250 I think before.
Right now, it's 370.
Oh, nice. So I made some
Wait,
buck already.
yeah, 375, 373,
Nice.
depending on your exchange.
Yeah, let me see them.
And then I'm trying to invest because I currently reside in the Middle East, and it's extremely difficult for me to link my bank. And the only way I can find is to have a workaround where I can, I don't know, find the perfect ultimate site where they can actually accept my credit card or
I
wire
use
transfer.
Coinbase. Coinbase looks like pretty legit. I mean, they still have
Yeah,
my money there. They haven't stolen it from me yet, so they must be legit.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
pretty
money
legit.
there.
But do you have your money as bitcoins or
As
US?
Bitcoins. Yeah,
It's like
but you
if
do
you
everything on the website. You purchase it there, and they keep it.
no, they shouldn't keep it. I mean, you shouldn't
Yeah,
keep it
they don't have to. I mean,
You
they
don't.
give you the option. They can
Uh-huh.
send it to your wallet or whatever, or you can keep it on. I kept it on a website because
I mean, it's
I'm
better
lazy.
to keep it in your own
Yeah, for
local
sure.
wallet.
For sure, it's safer.
Yeah, I use Electrum as my wallet, and it's one of those like local wallets where nobody handles actually your addresses or uh, anything. You just keep everything on your local machine. The only thing that's kept on the network is your record on the ledger, and that's it. Other than that, you keep the coins, you keep the addresses, and you just lock them with a public security key, and yeah.
Yeah, it sounds nice. I have 3.6 bitcoins. Yeah, I spent a lot actually, more than 500.
I actually want to buy bitcoins. I don't know how. I stumbled upon this site called circle.com, and it seems to be very nice and straightforward. They do have their own, uh, they take some percentage of profit.
Yeah, of course.
For the service they provide. It sounds very reasonable, and I still couldn't like buy.
Well, I don't know how the banks work there, but Brazil has the same problem where the banks are awful. They won't do international exchange very well. And if your banks are as awful as Brazil's, then you definitely have issues. You have to like find someone there that does it for you or something. 'Cause there might not be any other way. But if you have like an international credit card, you can just use any of these websites that. Well, I've only used Coinbase, but there's many out there that just buy it for you instantly and send it to your wallet.
There is this localbitcoins.org,
Local Bitcoin, yeah.
which is basically people who are holding bitcoins and they want to sell it. So what people suggest that you actually like find your best price and then contact them or send them the trade, and then I don't know, then just
that's
wait for
like that's peer-to-peer, right? You still have to like trust the person and stuff.
it.
But I mean, in the end, it's always like peer-to-peer. You have to trust someone, right? I mean,
Yes.
so, but
Actually, no, I think it's what Bitcoin promises is to have a system without trust. So
yeah, within the system, sure. But when you're buying with dollars or whatever coin exists, you
yeah,
have to
exactly.
be handing out that to someone.
Yes,
Like,
exactly what you said
some
here.
trust is required there.
Mhm.
After you have the Bitcoin, sure.
The only thing breaking this flawless exchange is the existence of US dollar or fiat currency on the other side of it.
Have you ever bought Bitcoins, Kyle?
Yeah, I got one.
Got one?
Yeah,
It's like $300, dude.
I know. That's how much I paid for it.
Nice.
380.
What did you do with it?
Nothing. I'm just waiting for it to speculating.
Oh my god, dude.
Well, you know,
I mean, that's alright, but
if it's not just in one day, if it's not fast buying and reselling, that then it becomes investment. But
it's just that, investing is okay. It's just that, when you have like only $300, when you're investing, I think you should like either go ham on it, like put $1,000 or more, or not even bother, because what's $300 gonna do? If it goes up by 100%, you get like $600, and $300.
well,
But it's not gonna go up by that much.
I could get 3K.
You think it's gonna go up in 10 times in what, 1 year? That's not possible.
If it doesn't, then I just play the game and then I get a little bit back. I don't know. I agree with you, but I have to have money to do that.
All right. I was planning on just dumping all I have. I just wanted to avoid, that one time. I'm not gonna explain all of it, but and then just buy Bitcoins and then buy it back or buy stuff with it. And it's hard.
Yeah.
I tried that Purse.io website I talked about. It's kind of messy how they do things, because like I try to buy this set of headphones that I have. I try to buy it there, and they kind of just held my money in there for like a month and didn't tell me anything, because it turns out it was out of stock, and they they just kept the money in there and then.
Well, as you can see, you don't need an actual big phone for having good communication, at least and talking, right? Because each person talks in their own time.
Mhm.
Just a good noise cancellation microphone on your good enough.
I just crashed. It doesn't matter. My story is boring anyways. Just forget it happened.
I actually bought it in Coinbase, but it's not there anymore. I don't know where I put it.
I bought it there.
I have to find my.
Well, you probably sent it to a wallet.
It's somewhere. No, I'm not using a wallet in my computer because I don't trust too much my computer.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust your computer or your internet connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying actually. I've been talking about this. I've been anonymous on the internet since 2010.
Wow.
I use a VPN. I used many VPNs, but I recently turned to, not really recently, about maybe 6 months ago, ExpressVPN. This is the tool or the VPN service I'm using, and they
Always on
are.
a VPN?
Huh?
You're always on a VPN?
Yeah, always on a VPN.
Nice.
That's kind of cool.
Really nice, and ExpressVPN are doing an amazing service. I mean, I watch Netflix. You know, in the Middle East, Netflix is not. Uh, I mean, for royalty reasons and copyrights or whatever, they're not broadcasting in the Middle East and many parts of the world. So VPN helps me not only be secure, but also watch Netflix and use Spotify and be virtually in a country where I'm not really physically there. Right now, I'm connected to you guys from Switzerland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
What
so
a nice place to live in.
virtually I'm Swiss, but physically in real life I'm from Saudi Arabia. So that's really, I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
And your server is in the UK.
Yeah, and my server is in the UK. That's true.
Right. Because whois says it's there, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, come on, man. This can get me really crazy and concerned. Because today Gal sent me like this IP geolocation service where I can identify where an IP is located, and I tried it on my server, and turns out my server is in the US, where actually the data center I was using is in
All right. So I
UK.
see what you're going. All right.
So they lied.
Yeah, I thought so, and I went and used other geolocation services, and turned out to be no in the UK. So
Did you choose UK for privacy reason?
no, I chose UK for geographic reasons because on these sites, first of all, it's kind of a middle way between
Right.
America and Asia somehow.
Right.
So I thought that's a good, I mean, good location.
Well, almost anywhere in Europe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is a good location. It is where the Big Bang happened.
Oh my God. So any of you guys want to sell me some Bitcoins?
I could if you want, but how are you gonna pay me?
I don't know. I just want $10 worth of Bitcoin.
Oh, really? I'll just send that for free. Just give me your wallet.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, man. $10, no problem.
Just so you have the feeling of having some Bitcoin.
I'll send you my public address.
Yeah.
That's really cool, man. Okay. So, okay. This is my address. So the cool thing is that I have many addresses associated. GPA, not GPA.
To your wallet?
Yes, I have many public addresses associated to my
Oh yeah, I
wallet.
forgot. Yeah, you can do that.
For what? Just trying to keep it anonymous.
No, it's kind of like it's like you have one wallet but many addresses that point to your wallet.
Yeah.
Right.
People can pay you through many addresses. You can use an address, for example, that you share on a website. You can use another address that you share with friends, another address for your business, but they actually all pour down to one wallet.
It's just a gateway,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Sent.
Okay, probably on
It should be
the
available immediately, but the
oh,
blockchain verification happens in 10 minutes, actually.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you have sent me. So when I receive this Bitcoin, I'm not gonna receive any information about you. That's the cool thing about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I added a message.
Okay, cool. Oh, I got it.
Yay.
So wait a second. Wait a second. How many bit? Okay, so this is
It's 0.02667.
yes.
How many Satoshis is that?
How many- Let me just so in BTC that's 0.02. So MBTC is what? Is
I don't know. You can divide that infinitely. But it should be 20 or something.
I want to see how like okay, I will see this transaction. It's still pending, but details. I think once it's confirmed, then I actually can see the message. But that is really cool.
Yep, enjoy. What can you buy there with it? I don't know. I don't think you can.
You can buy a house.
What? You can buy a house? No, there's no way. I mean, at least here, there's a lot of laws regarding purchase of real estate.
Have you
Can't.
seen Euro Trip
No.
movie that there's some guys who go to Eastern and then Western Europe? I don't know, probably Russia or something. And then one guy gives the guy at a hotel, the one that carries the bags, he gives them a coin from the USA, and then he sees that coin and says, "My God, I'm rich!" And then he goes and he fires himself and get a house, and it's a funny movie.
It's not a Bitcoin though.
No,
Yes.
He probably cashed that in the bank, and then with an account you write checks and stuff, and then you can buy a house. 'Cause, the government doesn't like you buying stuff that has a lot of value with cryptocurrencies that they can't track.
yeah, they cannot track it. Yeah,
So what I need to do here now is to actually get your public ID so someday I can actually do you good like
All
you
right,
did me good. Just a
let me see.
second.
Wait, can you find out just by looking at the transaction there, or do I
I
have to give?
don't think okay, let me make sure first.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, me too. I don't think you can, but just to for the sake of because maybe it will share his public address and I mean the public address is totally benign.
Oh,
Right.
The thing is, it's still pending, but let me see here. So, details.
He already gave it.
I put it in the chat. My address.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so I can compare it. Actually, cool.
Yeah, it's easier.
Okay.
Alright, folks, if you got nothing to talk about, I'm gonna leave because I have a lot of stuff to do. I'm moving, well, not moving, but I'm going to Charlotte tomorrow and have to be prepared to move this week or the next. So I have a lot of stuff to move around.
Don't be too naive.
What? Oh god, it's inverted. It says
It's
EVN.
naive.
Wait. Oh, I thought it was the camera, not the thing.
No, this is game, and then this is naive.
Why? Why name
It's like
yourself that? Why does a company name itself that? I don't understand.
O minerale naturale. I think it's
Is it
French.
is it really is it really meant to be, naive, inverted,
No,
or
yeah, I don't think so. I think it's not on purpose.
Whoa.
yeah?
Oh, I see. Evian being naive.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Uh,
insulting. I wouldn't buy from them.
Yeah.
no, it says game. Come on.
No, it says naive
Play
there.
young.
Yeah.
They're saying I'm naive for buying their stuff. I'm not putting up with it.
No, they're saying keep the child on you. Keep it all naive. Reverse.
I
I
don't
don't
get that.
know. All right.
Well, I could be talking about video games and stuff, but I don't know if you want to include that in your podcast.
Yeah, sure.
Ye-
Why not?
Yeah.
Actually, I do have a project that I didn't talk about that's mixed all of that into a game.
uh, okay.
But do
I was
talk
talking
about
about
your
Hearthstone. My what?
what were you going to talk about video games?
Wow, there's always like robots in video games, either benign or not. People trying to abuse the game through bots. That's a recurring
Oh, all right, all
topic.
right. I
Yeah.
see.
So, and over the course of my gaming career, 10 plus years at least, I've seen many bots, and they do seem to be growing smarter over the time. You know, bots usually used to be, just they're 100% dumb bots that just repeat commands that their creators input. But
What do you mean
uh,
by?
yeah, all the MMOs they had the most bots. I think they just perform repetitive
Yeah.
actions to train your character, or whatever, gain levels, killing stupid monsters that are at fixed places that are easy to kill. But Hearthstone though, they have these bots that they certainly have some degree of learning involved because Hearthstone is not it is kind of repetitive in the sense you have a limited amount of cards that you can play. It's a card game,
Right.
just putting out there. Uh, there's a limited amount of cards you play, and you make the deck, so you know what cards are in it, but you don't know what cards the enemy player is playing. Like you're randomly matched against a random player of a random class, and the possibility of a cards involved in a single game can vary from 60, well, not 60, at least 30, because you have a deck of 30, you can't repeat more than 2 cards, so you have at least 15 unique cards on your deck, and he has 15 in his. So at the very least 30 cards between the two, and at most 300 or something, 300 plus. And the amount of predictability that the bot must have in order to win a match is a lot. It's not You can't just be dumping all the cards at once and hope that the opponent doesn't have an AoE that clears everything. And you can't be too conservative and just put one at once because they're easy to remove too by certain other cards. So even playing as a zoo, that's probably the most common type of bot that tries
What
to put out as many cards as possible and just dump them out. It sounds pretty simple, but
what's this?
even then, what? A zoo, uh, to be more specifically the term, it's a zoo lock because it there's the warlock class, and you play zoo style. You try to put out as many minions as possible and just
Right.
attack your opponent
Like
with all.
Zealots in StarCraft.
It's like Zerg in StarCraft.
Zergings, right.
Yeah. You guys into StarCraft?
Yeah, I'm very
Oh,
into it.
God, man, it's like
Kyle's a
StarCraft.
poser. He doesn't play anything, but yeah, I used to play Brood War and I play StarCraft 2. I haven't played in quite a while now because it's a dead game, I think. But yeah, I used to be a big fan. I watched esports, the esports side of things too.
Well, Legacy of the Void, have you played it?
No, I haven't played it. I mean, I played the single player campaign, but I haven't played since the first expansion. Really.
You have to try Legacy of the Void. I mean,
Ah,
they've changed a lot in the like the build orders, the game itself, the rules, and it's like
yeah, for sure. They always like add stuff that make the game interesting again. But I'm just I've been playing MOBA since then. Dota 2 and stuff, and it's so much it's so much easier to play, and it doesn't take a lot of time. I mean, it takes a lot of time to learn, but once you learn the basics, I feel like it's much more fun to play, especially if you have friends. Which I have a clan online that plays it. So uh, if I go back to StarCraft, it'll be a lonely and hard road.
yeah, it's going to be
Yeah,
very hard. Like the people right now on the Blizzard StarCraft ladder are just extremely
yeah. I
difficult.
imagine, because the only people that are still playing that are probably the very hardcore players. So the casuals like me probably are all left for League of Legends and etc.
Talking about hardcore just a little bit, do you know any other game other than Diablo 2 that actually introduces a hardcore mode?
Oh yeah, of course. Many Diablo copycats or Diablo
Yeah,
clones.
no, but a
They
big one,
all
a big good name.
um there aren't actually that many Diablo clones that are as big as Diablo.
No, no,
There
not
there.
Diablo. Anything. It could be like Dota.
Okay.
I don't know. Some kind of hardcore that you die. If you die, you die, and you're dead.
Sure, okay. A new one that just came out actually day before yesterday. It's pretty famous. It's a strategic tactical game called XCOM. You probably heard of it. I don't know if you have, but XCOM
Yeah,
2 just
sure.
came out. It's like uh, it's like a chess. It can be single player or multiplayer. It has a single player campaign. That's probably what most people play. They don't play much for multiplayer, but you have your set of guys or people that you can put in the board and play with, to do the missions and stuff, and you choose them and you train them and you recruit them and whatever. You grow them in level and equipment and whatever. And there is a mode called Iron Man in there that if you let them die in a mission, you die for real and it's auto saved. So you can't go back and save before every level starts and just redo it if someone dies. No, if you let them die, they die for you, and the only way to work around that would be with hacks, and most people don't hack. So yeah,
Is
and
it?
it's
Does it have a competitive multiplayer versus play?
well, I don't know if the multiplayer. I don't know if the multiplayer has Iron Man on it. That would be kind of mean, I think. um,
But that's what I miss about Diablo 2.
it's the player killing aspect of it.
Yeah. I don't see any game like that.
But even the hardcore arena, I don't think you die for you if you go in it and die.
But
But
Diablo 2 was one of a kind, right?
in that aspect,
Yeah.
I mean, in regards to completely killing your character, sure, maybe, but I mean, there's always, MMOs that put very high penalties on death or beat player killing or otherwise.
Like
So,
like that spacecraft one, right?
WildStar, maybe? I don't know.
No, I think that's another name. It's one that there's an XKCD for it or something like that.
Oh,
That
okay. Yeah, Evo. Is it Evo?
Evo, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Evo is pretty high. I haven't actually played Evo, but
Me neither.
yeah, that I have like there's always some crazy stories about Evo, like people going to war and just destroying like multi. I don't know if it came to millions of dollars, but they do like destroy a bunch of capital ships that take thousands of dollars and years to build in a single battle or something. So yeah, the penalties can be very harsh there. I would argue greater than just killing your character off, because that you can just make a new
Another,
one again.
yeah.
Yeah. So
And that was little money invested in it. Just time invested, as if money was worth nothing. Time was
yeah,
worth. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah. Would you like to play Evo? I'll play with you if you want to. But
Maybe.
I
Maybe
mean,
we could
if you
try.
if you don't even have time for Hearthstone, dude, you're not gonna have time for MMO, because it's way more time required.
I hear good things about Hearthstone.
Yeah, Hearthstone is great. Okay, so I'm gonna continue on the topic of Hearthstone
Yeah,
bots.
yeah,
Just to finish it off so I can move on. Uh, so the Warlock, dude, sounds easy on theory. You just dump all the cards in fitting your mana curve, because there's mana stuff too. You can only play so many cards, etc. So you play as many cards as you can and just dump it in your opponent's face and try to beat them. But even then, they have to be careful not to put too many minions at once, because if they put everything down, they run out of cards and they're kind of screwed, right? Because their damage output will be lower after they're killed off. So they have to know the cards that the opponent may have and be probabilistic about it, and try to determine if it's worth putting out an extra minion or not, or wait out and just it's something that requires some degree of learning, and apparently they do it very well because they're very successful with it, and there's clearly a lot of people using these bots. They're paid bots, by the way. It's kind of a service. You go on the website and buy a bot,
Oh,
or I don't know exactly how it works. I know it's paid because that's what everyone's saying. So it
right.
apparently
So that makes a lot of difference.
you're cutting off. Am I cutting off?
Means that they're using big data.
Yeah,
That
they are.
makes a lot of difference.
Am I cutting off or is Kyle cutting off?
It's
It's Kyle.
Kyle.
Okay. Yeah, they're using big data, and there's definitely some AI involved in that. And even if bots aren't, there's actually some people publicly, uh, doing AI stuff in Hearthstone. Like there's a there's one guy that wrote like a sort of overlay program that you play with Hearthstone under it. Like you open up Hearthstone, open up his program with an overlay on top, and he'll tell you like the probabilities of the opponent having a certain counter to your cards and which cards are maybe appropriate to play or not. And he does that, by either, I don't know if he uses an external database or not for that, but either way, it does by examining past matches and seeing what's trending or what's not. And yeah, that sort of thing has been going on for like a year. I don't even know. I'm not even up to date because I just play the game. I just hear about these things here and there, but it's probably way more advanced by now, even if I were to look it up.
That's
And yeah,
interesting. A lot
yeah,
of
it's
developed as a tool for playing the game.
yeah, or playing the game for you, right? Either way. Um,
I remember from Diablo 2 also the map hack. There's nothing AI on it, but it was huge tool being used.
what? Sorry, AFK. What game you're talking about? Map Pack? Oh,
Diablo 2.
Diablo. I mean, that has nothing to do with AI though. It just reads your
I
trading
know,
files.
I just remember about tools for playing games, and then there's
Yeah. Blizzard, by the way, looks like I mean, they always had this stance where they say they're very hard on bots, but they don't really do much. They at most they like have banning waves. You know, they flag people over the time, and then
Yeah.
they ban them all at once or something just to keep him scared. But I don't know. They seem to be
Yeah,
they
but
have
what
a
can they
enhanced fear.
do, right? How can
Yeah,
they
it's hard.
identify?
But you know, I play other games other than Blizzard games, and there's this one Diablo clone called Path of Exile. It's not that famous, but it has a hardcore mode too, and I used to play that. There's bots in there too, and there I think there's less bots than in Blizzard games in proportion. And what I hear, I mean, there's a lot of anti-Blizzard people in there. What they usually say is that it takes like 10 Blizzard employees in 3 months to have a banning wave of bots, and in Path of Exile, though, it just takes like a programmer and a lunch break, and it does it like 10 minutes. Just finds out all the bots and bans them all the current bots.
What are
So
the actual numbers?
magical numbers.
The actual numbers of
There's no
bots being.
action number. I mean, no one puts out those sort of numbers. It's just what people notice, because
Right, right.
it's counterproductive to tell the bots when they're banning them.
No, no, but I mean, how many bots one of them banned? Because maybe that's why. Maybe that's.
Yeah, that's probably less,
It's
right?
just.
Yeah, that could have been less proportionally in Path of Exile because it's not that popular of a game. But at the same time, um, like Path of Exile still has open trades where you can trade all the items and stuff with people. Like any item you have, you can trade. Um, and Diablo has since done away with that completely. They shut down the auction house. They shut down trading. You can't trade any items. You can only like share if you got them at the same time.
But
So
now it's
even
about Diablo 3,
in Diablo 3,
right?
yes, I mean Diablo 2 is still open trade, but no one plays that. Okay. But even in that environment when there's not much of a benefit in botting, like the only advantage in botting Diablo 3 is that your character gets stronger. You don't get like richer. You can't sell off your items. You can only like just find your own items and make your character stronger. It
Yeah.
doesn't impact the other players. Like they're not gonna be receiving free Sages. Sages. Remember Sage, that little ring that we've had billions of by duping? So
So, no,
it's
of
not gonna
Jordan.
affect Stone of Jordans, yeah.
Mhm.
The other players will not be just getting rained on with Stone of Jordans because trade is impossible. So even in that environment, botting is like very, very pointless, even almost. There's still a lot of bots. Like my friend still he uses a bot, and I see him online like 40 hours at a time because he doesn't shut it off. It's pretty obvious that he's botting, and it still
Well,
hasn't.
it's a
So
kid thing, right? It's just kids playing with bots.
yeah,
Like
it
that.
is, and maybe that's all the more reason why Blizzard doesn't ban them too, because they bought the game, they paid for it. Path of Exile is free, so I guess there's an incentive to ban the
Yeah.
bots there, because they take up some bandwidth. So yeah, that's all I had to say about that. I think if I'll look up the things surrounding artificial intelligence for Hearthstone. So if you have another podcast, I can maybe elaborate on it. But all I have for now is the surface of the obvious, or things that go on Reddit that you can read in like 2 seconds. And yeah, that's all I know.
I want to find enough topics to keep going.
Yeah, do you have topics? Because you said you had none. So I'm about to leave if you don't present them.
Well, it's been 2 hours already, so I guess it's good
Oh
if
yeah,
we
yes.
end it in here. But I actually do have another topic. I won't talk right now about it, but it's called Grayscape right here.
What is that?
It's a theatrical game for therapy. So Basically, it's a what was it? Mafia game mixed with escape room. And then you
Oh,
have,
I know.
yeah,
It's like one of
mix the
those
both together, and then the last thing you have to do is dance to get out of the room.
dance.
Yeah.
What? I can't do that.
Anyone can do that.
Uh, I don't know.
Even someone in a wheelchair can do it.
Probably better than me, even.
Maybe, yeah. But it doesn't matter because it's just a game, and if you cannot do it, you just lose it, and then you try again if you win.
Oh, it's not hardcore mode. You
Well,
don't
it's right.
die in the room.
It's one per week.
That's boring.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know if it's going to get any traction. Actually, I'm starting it next one next Sunday. So we'll see
Is
how
it
it goes.
um is it like just literally one room that people go
There,
to?
there are two rooms.
It's two.
The space I could find. It's actually a very good space that could fit 100 people there.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
And do you like have to set up your own party, like bring your friends, or do they put like random people together there?
Well, that's the problem. I just got a room. I have to find people. That's why I got
Oh,
a.
okay, so you have to find people, okay.
Yeah, I have to start Facebooking more.
Oh
And
gosh.
well, it's just a how do you say that? A project, right? It's endeavor that I'm trying to make work and see
How
it.
many people you need?
Well, with 5 people, we have a game already, but
Oh, okay.
I need at least 20 people to pay the bills.
Ah, you're gonna split the cost with everyone. Okay.
Yeah, at least initially, while there is no sponsorship, I don't
Wait,
think it's good.
did you set up that room, or is it? I mean, it looks like it's done by someone else. You didn't set up all the puzzles and stuff yourself, did you?
No, I have to do that yet.
Oh, you have to do it? What the hell?
Yeah, I'm building it.
Oh, you're building it.
Yeah.
So, how did you get the space then?
Well, I told them that I could build it, and then they
And
say,
they
okay,
just
let's.
gave you? I'll give you 2 rooms. I wanna see what the hell this guy's gonna do. Okay.
Me too.
Wow, good luck then. I mean, do you have anything in mind for that? Like the puzzles and stuff? Just
A
dancing?
little bit. A little bit. Yeah, dancing is one. Tango.
Ah, tango, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that can be one of the challenges.
Yeah.
But that has to
And
be more, right? If you have like just 5 people dancing tango, I mean, it's kind of you could just go to tango lessons or
this
something and
challenge
just.
here, we
Oh,
have
I think
to,
yeah, I know that
so
sort of deal.
throwing some challenges, but that's to skip the room. Um, there's actually first the mafia part. That's the hardest part
You're gonna
to
put
build.
a mafia. You're gonna play a game of mafia in there.
Yeah, the idea is you start with mafia, and then it becomes like never-ending story where you're reading the book and then you're in the story of the book. So
Oh, hold on a second. You have to like. Have you seen alternate reality games?
no.
I mean, it's not something like special or anything, but there's a lot of people that play these sort of games online that it it does. I mean, I don't know them myself because I mean, all I know is what I read on Reddit or whatever. But uh,
Right.
there is this sort of game that people play, which is to put random stuff that have
Oh yeah. I know. You
you have
put
to like
something there. You have to find it. It's like a treasure game.
yeah, it's like a treasure hunt with
Treasure.
web pages or whatnot. Yeah.
Google actually made a AR game, augmented reality. So you have to find stuff, and then you have to
With
find
argument, no, but yeah, that's
on
one
the map.
thing.
Then you have to fight against it. On live
What?
with AR. Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
like better the other game, but it's fun. It should be fun.
Yeah, I don't know why the people. I mean, there's a Reddit on it called Alternate Reality Games, ARG. That
Right,
has a bunch of stuff like. It's not. It doesn't have to do with augmented reality though, because I mean, it's
right,
user
right.
made. Most of it is user made, so they don't have the time or means to do that sort of thing with augmented reality. But I mean,
Just
yeah,
the
probably
GPS.
they could.
You just have the GPS location and you have to find something there.
Yeah, and plus the internet, plus whatever. I don't know. It's just finding clues everywhere. So I mean, if you're doing that sort of thing with the room, I think you should look it up and get some ideas there because they have some crazy stuff.
I should. I will. I
Yeah,
have to.
look up alternate reality games. Gosh,
Now,
I'm horrible with Docker.
when we
ARG.
finish, I'm gonna have to watch it again and get all the notes.
Are you gonna watch? Oh God, please don't.
Well, I didn't note anything.
Until Mo came in, it was awful.
What?
Until Mo came in, it was awful. It was just like,
Yeah, I was talking almost alone to a wall.
yeah, I was providing, I almost provided no input throughout, but I
I
mean,
know. Thanks for
it
that.
was just you talking. You could just like make. Have you made like YouTube videos explaining your projects and stuff?
No,
Cause
this is basically the first or second
ah,
one.
I guess you can like cut it in half before Mo came in and put it as a YouTube video to introduce your project. Then I
Not
think,
not only that, I'm actually thinking about cutting slices and editing out and then making it, like 3 minutes or 5 minutes. I don't know how much time can be for each video.
yeah, personally, I wouldn't be watching myself talk because I don't think I've talked
Nobody,
to.
nobody. Sandra gonna watch it again.
All right, well, good luck with that. Then I'm gonna go do random stuff. I'll play some Dota still today. So
Have
Yeah, yeah.
you just one last thing? Have you guys watched the Star Wars Force Awakens?
I haven't actually. No,
Yeah.
shit.
Okay,
I should.
so
I wanna like watch the entire 6 movies in a row or something, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of time. So
I just
why you have?
posted a parody, a Lego
Ah,
parody.
okay. Well, that has spoilers. I don't know what should
Yeah, I'm
actually.
sure it
Oh,
has.
no. Thanks though. I'll watch it after I watch the movie.
Spoilers from Star Wars are nothing. It's so predictable.
Sure, but I still like to keep, my entertainment levels up by not spoiling myself.
I'm gonna watch it.
You
I
haven't
don't.
watched it yet, Kyle?
No, I haven't watched Star Wars. I have watched all the six ones, and I
Yeah,
have
me
watched.
too, but the fourth, fifth, and sixth, I was too young to remember. So
Yeah,
I have to watch it again.
yeah. The 4, 5, and 6 are not good today.
Probably not, but
It's too old. Yeah, it's terrible. Terrible. It's not like Back to the Future, which still survives.
hmm. I actually have to rewatch Back to the Future too.
That's a great movie.
Is
So
it still great up until today's standards?
yeah, it survives today. Watch it. You should try it.
Do they have iPads in the future, or just
Yeah.
hover skateboards or
Or Bitcoin?
Oh, they didn't hit.
Bitcoins? They don't have anything yet.
I think they did hit one thing. I don't remember what it was.
They had flying cars, right?
No.
No, they didn't.
Well,
Oh shit.
we
I
do
mean, they
have.
had hoverboards.
No, we do have flying cars today, actually, but it's nothing like.
No, I
Back
don't
to the.
mean it. I mean in the movie they had.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flying trains.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's flying with gravitational forces. I don't know, crazy shit. But it's a great movie regardless of the science. Even the traveling through time actually is very, very good. it's something that's, it's a good theory.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be out then. See you guys later.
See you,
Will,
man.
will
Thanks.
we have another one? I don't. When do you plan on having another one, if any?
Oh,
Like
next Saturday,
next month?
next weekend. I want to make it every week.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, give me a call then.
Well, I'm gonna try.
Oh, is Ian gonna be in? Cause
I hope so.
probably. I mean, he probably doesn't want to do these though, cause he has like no interest.
Well, it's not only about AI. It's just I will, of course, since I'm working with AI, I will always try to bring a perspective of it, but it doesn't need to have AI on it.
Okay. Well, I'll see you then. Bye.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah, thanks.
What about you, Mo? You there yet? Mo?
Yeah.
You there?
It's really interesting. Really interesting.
That was my brother.
I thought so. I thought so. The same eyebrows, I guess.
And that woman right there is my mother.
Yes.
Say hi, man.
She's smiling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
the three of you are in different places, right?
Yeah.
You
Different
are
city.
in Portugal. Your mom is
New Hampshire.
in New Hampshire. Oh, my brother is there.
Really?
Yeah, I hear like the Democratic campaign is right now all over New Hampshire.
No idea. But she must know.
And then your brother,
And then I don't know where he is. I know he's moving to Charlotte.
Charlotte, where's that?
Oh, it's in the United States.
Oh, I see. Very cool.
It is. It is. And yeah. I guess we should, end it for today, unless you want to say anything else.
That's good with me, man.
Because the only thing that I missed actually was the game. In the end, I couldn't figure out a game that's good to play and it's easy and simple. It's hard to find one.
To code or just to play?
Like science or fiction,
Ah, I
Just
see. I see. I
just
see. I
play
see.
among us. And but I want one that's even simpler than science or fiction. And I don't know. I have to invent something yet.
Maybe just try anything until we land up on something that's really worth.
Well, I don't have anything.
I see. I see.
But yeah,
Cool,
I gotta
man.
figure it. It has, yeah. I'm gonna figure out. So, all right, Mo. Thanks for coming, man.
Thank you for having me, dude.
And
It was really
yeah,
nice.
see you later.
Yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Mom. Are you still there? All right. Everyone's gone. So that was it. First day. I think it was good. I have to stop presenting this right now. Cheers. Bye-bye. Oh, she's back. All right. I'm turning this off. Then if you want to talk something, we talk later. Bye bye. Say bye.